We are currently living in a very difficult time in our nation's history. There's racial tension going on, and because of that, there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of hurt and brokenness. But as a Christian, and for those of you that are watching that are also Christians, the answer to this difficult time remains the same as it has done for eternity past and eternity future. And the answer is always Jesus Christ. Because the gospel is the glue that brings people together. The gospel is the glue that brought me, who was a sinner, who did not know Christ. And because of the gospel, I am now glued to Christ. Not because of anything I've done, not because I'm special, not because I'm good, but because Christ died for me. And I believe that. Now in this time, the gospel is the glue. The gospel is the glue that's what's going to bring people together. Love of Christ restores and heals all broken things, even racial tension. And here's proof of this. In the Bible, Revelation chapter 7, verse 9 says this. This is John speaking. John is having a vision of eternity. John is having a vision of what heaven will be like. And here's what it looks like. Verse 9 says this in Revelation chapter 7. After this I looked, and there was a great multitude of people that no one could count, from every nation, from all tribes and peoples and languages, standing before the throne and before the Lamb, robed in white, with palm branches in their hands. They cried out in a loud voice, saying, "Salvation belongs to our God, who is seated on the throne, and to the Lamb." John has this vision of heaven, of people that all look different, that all sound different, from different places, different languages, different tribes coming together. And the reason why they're coming together is because of the gospel. Is because of what Jesus has done is why they are together. And the beautiful part of this, it continues and goes into more detail of why they are worshiping the God together. Why are they worshiping Christ and the Lamb, who is Christ, together? And it says this in chapter 7, verse 15, it continues and it says this, "For this reason they are before the throne of God and worship him day and night within his temple. And the one who is seated on the throne will shelter them. They will hunger no more and thirst no more. The sun will not strike for them, nor any scorching heat. For the Lamb at the center of the throne will be their shepherd, and he will guide them to the springs of the water of life. And God will wipe away every tear from their eyes." Salvation is for everyone. And so my thought and my challenge for the church, for Christians going forward, is, are we living a life right now in a time of racial tension that is worthy of the gospel and has eternity on our mind? Because the reality is, at the end of the day, everyone is going to live forever. Whether they live forever in heaven in eternity with Christ, or eternity separated from Christ in hell. And so as we go about our daily lives, do we have eternity on our mind? Are we loving people the way Christ has called us to love people? Are we praying for people the way Christ has called us to love people? And Jesus does not call us just to love the people and pray for the people that agree with us. No, this is bigger than that. This is bigger than politics. This is bigger than who agrees with me, who doesn't agree with me. This is bigger than what side of the aisle people fall on. This is eternity. And when Jesus came and died for us, when he came on the earth, he didn't come to reform Rome. He came so that his sacrifice on the cross and his resurrection could make dead things, which is all of us, all of humanity, alive again. And for those of us that have been made alive in Christ, he is challenged us to then go and share the good news of his gospel to our neighbors, to everyone, to other people. Because the greatest form of love a Christian can share onto someone else is to share with them how much they are loved by God, and that Jesus had died for them, sacrificed himself, rose again, so that those who are lost can be found and spend eternity in heaven, which is a very diverse place.